I'd like to introduce you to him. He's Jason Wan, and he's part of the team that we are needing here. We are need these people like Jason and Bogdan Onofray. Where are you, Bogdan? Yes, exactly. So,
Right here.
and of course, Laurel, the founder of Educators in VR, a co-founder. Because of these wonderful people, we can do this. We need these people to help us out and to provide for these beautiful events that we are organizing. So thank you all for your help, guys and girls. And I'm so proud to be part of this wonderful organization called the Educators in VR, which is founded by Laurel Verpossen and Daniel Dibowski Bryant. And I'm the team leader of the V Coaching and Personal Development track. And the mission is to build a network of people around the world who are interested in coaching and personal development, to provide them an interactive space where they can communicate, connect, share knowledge, support, and inspire each other to change the world for everyone. So, and that's why we do these workshops. And my name is Mariafanica. I've been sailing around the world on big traditional sailing vessels, first as a crew member and later as a captain. And now I help people to become the captains of their lives. And virtual reality is the most powerful tool to help me with my mission. And that's why I founded a company called CaptainVR. And I'm so happy to give a workshop together with my colleague Caitlin Krause, who is doing some amazing things in VR. And she will tell you herself all about it, of course.
Awesome. This is so great. I just want to welcome Keely and Razbaz VR 228. And if you want to come, like maybe we could come forward from the tree just a little bit, Dana Maria, and we could welcome people just to form a little bit of a circle as we're introducing ourselves in this space. For those of you entering, I don't know if Razbaz, if you can use your...
Hi, thank you for welcoming me.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's great to
I'm
see you
new and
here.
just plugging in.
Okay. Well, as you log in and move yourself kind of forward to the circle, we're going to be introducing some of the themes from an upcoming event that we have. It's a taster, and we are filming this, just so you know. We're doing a little filming so that this is a preview. So we have Fox right here as our filmer extraordinaire, and I'm really grateful to be here because Dana Maria runs so many wonderful events, and she and I both work in personal development and coaching. And my name is Caitlin Krause. I founded a company called MindWise about 5 years ago, and I have a background that's a mix of computer programming, so technology, and then education. I was a teacher in the classroom for over 10 years, and I do a lot of work with design, mindfulness, and storytelling. So anytime storytelling combines with design and mindfulness, I'm kind of in my sweet spot of feeling like creative expression thrives. And yeah, my mission is really to empower humanity through connection. So thinking about connection inside and also connection outside, it seems like we live in a state of maybe feeling disconnected these days. So yeah, so I work on building a lot of bridges, and I would say that when I discovered the world of VR, I felt like, you know, it's my space of feeling connected, feeling creative. So if any of you came into VR and also had that aha moment where your mouth kind of dropped open and you're like, wow, this is amazing, that's exactly what I experienced myself and then want to pass on to others. So we'll talk more today during this open session. We want to give a chance to talk a little bit about what the workshop is going to be like that we're both hosting coming up. And I also have a new book that just came out called Designing Wonder, all about creating experiences that hinge on a sense of wonder, a sense of transcendence. And you can apply that to both your worlds outside of VR, and then also for those of you who are interested in leading others in experiences in VR, I give methodologies and examples, and also a little of the philosophy and neuroscience about why and how people can feel that sense of magic inside of a virtual reality space. So yeah, so that book just came out. We have a party tomorrow with educators in VR at 10 o'clock in the morning. If you can make it, that would be great. And there are all kinds of events coming up. It feels like there's a surfing wave of excitement happening right now. So if anyone wants to talk about any of those topics, I am here. And the focus of our workshop that's coming up is called Empowering You. So empowered you, how does that feel, to feel both very powerful and also to tap into your authenticity that sometimes has to do with the power of vulnerability and just being authentically yourself. And I think a lot of us who are leaders, we struggle with that sometimes, how to show up as ourselves in different places and, you know, feel as if we can lead other people and we're also centered and grounded in ourselves. So Dana Maria and I have been working together for several months and collaborating, and this workshop is a chance to really build on those capacities and bring others into this kind of virtual playground, because you can do things in VR that you couldn't do in the I don't call it real life. I think it's all real, but let's just say in the non-VR world, you couldn't do some of these transcendent exercises. So I do see, is it Fusukoi? Nice to see you. Please come over and join the circle. We're doing a little taster workshop here, so welcome. And so yeah, Dana Maria, do you want to say anything more about the workshop and kind of the origin story? Because I love origin stories of how things come to be.
Yes, that the origin, I think, is then, if you meant this, what I'm about to say, the origin is of course the big event we had this February, where we had a massive VR event, the biggest event ever given, with 160 speakers, more than 160 speakers, and how many? 5,500 guests. So this is the start of this beautiful thing, and we met all these beautiful people there that were speaking but also attending these classes. So, and this is how collaboration came to life, and we are just building on that, building on upon meeting people from all over the world in this interactive space, and build up on connecting with each other and join forces, and to help each other, to empower each other and learn from each other with VR or without VR. Sometimes VR is in the mix, but sometimes it's just about empowerment or about learning, and VR is the space we use. So this is beautiful, yes, and I love that how it comes. It goes also so natural. It's like synchronicity, what I experience, synchronicity, and also yes, it feels like it's the time is now. Also, it's all happening, with this crisis, that we need to find new ways of coming together, and this is a beautiful way, I believe.
So, yeah, I mean, all of this and more, I echo back. And sometimes you meet people at a certain point and they're doing things that definitely, they kind of layer onto the work that you're doing, and it creates a feeling of amplification. So
Yeah.
when I met Dana Maria, we were talking a little bit, and she said recently, one of the days she was going to visit a man named Wim Hof. And Wim Hof is known as the Iceman, if you know about him. And I've been following his research and his work for several years, at least 3 or 4 years, because I grew up as somebody that had very cold hands and feet. I still do. I have to work on it. There's a word for that. It's called Raynaud's syndrome. If you ever have really cold hands and feet, the Wim Hof breathing techniques, he actually invented a breathing technique to bring people more circulation, a better sense of connection in their body. And I just thought this is amazing, because both Dana Maria and I are working on self-empowerment from a very granular ground stage, like how does your body feel as you're in the moment, and also working on some of the ideas that have innovation, creative capacity, to how people can be the best leaders they can be and really lead teams well. But when you were mentioning Wim Hof, I thought this is amazing, because when I was living in Switzerland, a lot of people were, starting to form Wim Hof clubs, and polar bear swimming clubs, and talking about how we can become more resilient in our bodies. So that's just one example. So I will just pause for a moment. I wanted to hear from the audience just a little bit about, since we have a kind of intimate group, what brought you here? Like what brought you to the group here? A little bit maybe about your background before we go into questions and some examples of what we're doing. I'm just going to re-enter the space. You're going to see me enter again to try to play with audio.
Yes, it's your sound, isn't it? I thought it was maybe me, but I noticed I noticed the sound is a little bit broken. Sometimes you have to then re-enter the space if you don't hear anyone talk and everybody's quiet and you think that's strange. I noticed the sound is a little bit broken. If you can do that twice in and out, that will help many times, or else you have to re-enter the space like Caitlin is doing now. Yeah. Great. So now it's a time to let people talk, give them a word. Yeah. Just to ask them why they came to see it, on which ground to.
Yeah. What brought you here, and how are you interested in empowerment? Since the title is Empowered You, I'm just curious, is it self-empowerment? Is it empowering others? Maybe we could just do a sweep and give everybody a chance to speak who wants to. And we won't start with our welcome, John. We're just having a share session over here under the tree. Feel free to join us. Razbaz, do you feel daring to start speaking about what brought you here?
Sure. Well, I'm an educator. I'm a professor, and I've just been interested for a while in VR, but never got the time to really spend learning. And so this last weekend, I kind of just decided we're in the middle of a pandemic. I need to learn more. And I just decided to jump in. So I'm here in this session because I'm really interested in how, you know, number one, I'm having that aha moment that you talked about, right? That it's, I'm in this space and I'm meeting actual people, and it's just really fascinating for me. So I'm kind of just, I'm just vibing off all of that and learning more. And I think that's where my head is right now, right? It's kind of crazy emotional.
Nice. And did you say you're an educator?
Yes, yeah. So I'm actually I teach education technology, so I'm always interested in new ways that help teachers to use new tools. One of the things that I'm struggling with right now is, as I watch all of the kids, including my own, in this world of virtual learning, you know, we've just we're relegated to screens, and that kind of authenticity is being lost. And so there's a part of me that's really worried, right? That, you know, this is a unique opportunity that's presented obviously by a pandemic, but there's so much intimacy that's being lost, and connection that's being lost. And I'm looking and thinking, well, how can VR bring more of that connectedness? And I'm feeling it, obviously. So I think I'm sold, because I think this is the kind of thing that this is the world we should be playing in, not just looking at screens and doing worksheets like the old days still.
Awesome. Yeah, I echo that back. I keep throwing up lots of emojis. Yeah, and feel free if you feel as if we're in a kind of spatialized audio. So if you feel like you want to move a little closer, we can make our circle a little closer so we can hear each other as we go around. Not doing formal. It's it's some casual hello, welcome. So
Yeah.
would you like to share Fred in VR?
Sure. Yeah. I'm about a month into the VR experience, and I'm blown away by just the experience itself and the possibilities. So that's why I'm here. I want to hear what kind of innovations people are coming up with. I do product development. I'm on the computer every day doing solid modeling for various products, but I want to see what's new, what's hot. What I can get into as well. Right. I have a bit of a background in architecture, and I'd love to start creating interesting spaces, and maybe spaces that could help other people, get together and, talk about whatever it is they want to talk about, or just meet up. Right. So,
Awesome.
I'm here to learn, see what's new.
Great.
That sounds great.
We're doing a sweep around, so Fred is passing it to Keely. If you have ability to unmute and share.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so I hopped in because I seen Boel's announcement for what's happening now, the self-improvement. And so I hopped in, and I'm interested in it because I am a woman in STEM, and I fight the imposter syndrome on a daily basis. And so I just kind of want to feel more self, improvements and more confidence in my abilities and what I know and who I work with. So yeah.
Awesome.
What
Okay,
sort of
Welcome.
woman
can
is
I
them?
just ask you a question? Yeah, STEM? You say a
Sure.
woman in STEM? What is that meaning?
So I'm a woman in the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics field. So I have a background in computer science, and I do a lot of programming, especially with VR and AR applications. And so not only am I a minority within the computer science realm, I'm also picking and choosing to have a specialty in a new upcoming field. So it's kind of a double
Great.
whammy. So, but it also provides more opportunities because it's new groundbreaking technology. So I can help get in before it's overtaken. So yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah. And this is the perfect behind some newcomers here into the space. So this is a special space for empowered you, and it's beautiful. I'm so glad you came in. We're having a little intro together. So if you could come around the tree and come join us
please
here.
feel free.
It would be great. We're just introducing ourselves and what brought us to a topic that's connected to empowerment, because sometimes empowerment can be both inside of us and also for other people. So just everyone sharing a few quick words about what brought them to this taster session. We're going to have a workshop in October, a 2-day workshop. So Dana Mariafanica, my partner here, and I, Caitlin Krause, we're giving a little intro. So I see a lot of faces, and if you want to come around, the way you know you're in a circle, I'm moving closer to Bogdan here, is that nobody is behind you. So if people are within your eye view and nobody's behind you, then you kind of know you're in an amoeba-shaped circle. So I think it's Isaac. Is it Isaac?
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm here with a few interests. So I'm an engineer and very passionate about innovation and entrepreneurship, and an aspiring entrepreneur in the space of tech. And I'm also very passionate about languages and cultures and personal development and philosophy, and the way this can create connections and bring people together. And I see VR as a space that can bridge physical and cultural differences and create a new sense of togetherness, especially now when our freedom to just travel casually as we were used to has been so much curtailed. So there's a great possibility unfolding here, and I want to be where things happen.
Great.
Wonderful. I love this. So we're at a point where the person right here, Fox, he's filming, so I'm not going to ask him to say anything because he's operating the camera here to capture these moments. And I know sometimes when I interrupt the camera person and ask questions, it's, bubbles are popping up on screen. So I want to throw in a little bit of a game to this exercise of empowerment. So we'll be playing a lot of games in the 2-day workshop in October. Some of them are, more of somatic exercises like feeling your body and doing some mindfulness meditation. And some of them are community games with other people. So if you don't mind, I know the first people you didn't get to answer this part, but as you introduce what brought you to empowerment, I'd love to hear, for me, it's sad that we missed the Summer Olympics this year and it's still summertime. I wanted to know if your life right now, if it were a Summer Olympic sport, what sport would it be? You want to empower yourself. I think we're like virtual athletes here, and I will I will also answer that question, but what kind of sport do you feel like your life is simulating right now, maybe? And it could have to do with your explanation of why you came to a topic called empowerment together. And we are moving around the circle, so I'm going to see if Laurel feels like answering. It's up to Laurel built a space right here, so you're in a space created by the co-founder of Educators in VR, Laurel Van Fossen, right here.
Well, thank you, thank you.
Sure.
I am so thrilled that you all are here. This is just amazing to see you in the space that I built for what we're doing here. And I just want to add that those that are unmuted right now, if you could just stay muted because of background noise and stuff while other people are talking, you can always unmute yourself when you need to. But just be aware that we'd like to have a good audio experience here too. So I want to make sure those background noises don't come through. I also, so Isaac, thank you. You defined the purpose of Educators in VR. So my name is Laurel. I'm the co-founder of REL, and I'm the co-founder of Educators in VR. And that is exactly why, what you just said, I feel like I'm just going to repeat what you said is why we do this is because we want to, integrate immersive technologies and same thing, Rasbas, you defined it exactly the same. We want to integrate immersive technologies into education and business because this is more personal, it is more intimate. I also just for a moment want to do a little bit of an ad, a little advertising promotion. Again, for those that have come in late, Caitlin Krause and Dana Maria are going to be doing a special workshop called Empowered You. It's a paid workshop, private workshop that gives you a very rare, it's very affordable, very rare, wonderful experience to work with these incredible leaders and trainers and consultants for businesses and beyond that have come in to help us work on leadership training and self-improvement through the Empowered You program. It's just very, very exciting. So thank you so much for doing that. Also, Dana Maria has, at the same time, every week, has this virtual coaching and personal development. She brings in some of the absolute best speakers ever. It's amazing. We've had was it White Buffalo woman came in and did this drumming that was one of the best experiences in VR where, Raz, you were talking about that having that embodied experience. The drum beat you could feel right through your chest, I was in 2D and I felt it right from the headphones all the way through my body through this amazing experience. So I really hope that, this is transcendent what we're doing here. So, thank you all. For doing that, and you can find more information at educatorsinvr.com. And then what was the second part of the question, Caitlin? I spaced out.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes in workshops, I play a game called Olympics because
yes.
if it's near the Winter Olympics, I will sometimes say my life feels like the ice luge because things are moving so fast. There's always a reason. We skipped the Summer Olympics. I was asking people if your life were represented by an Olympic sport right now, what does it feel like? What's going on in your world? Because I think empowerment. I know you're not having any challenges in your life, right? There's nothing happening. Yeah. So I just wanted to know: does it feel like a marathon? Does it feel like what's going on?
It feels like a swimming marathon right now.
Okay.
And because I'm in Portland, Oregon, where there is very little oxygen in the air right now. With all of the air pollution that's in, and it's just fascinating to be wearing a mask outside for a very different reason than we have lately. But yeah, marathon. I'd say marathon would be probably it, but a long distance swimming marathon where breathing is now essential for life.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Thank you.
All
right, I think it's Bogdan's effect, and thank you everybody for being here.
Yeah. Thank you. So Bogdan, do you want to just share? We're gonna go around pretty quickly because we want to give tasters of just different things we're going to talk about. So maybe if you could share your name, and let's see if people can do it in like less than 30 seconds a person. See if you can do like 20-second hello and what's your sport.
Okay. Thank you, Rel, for giving the how do you say it? I don't find my words right now. Um, well, I will just start with it's just a really interesting question with the sports. So summer sports, okay, yeah, for me it's like obstacle, something with obstacles. So I like like
Mhm.
like a run event with obstacles. So this is how it.
Steeplechase or hurdles, maybe.
Yes,
Maybe
something
you're a
like this.
hurdler. Yeah.
Yes, exactly, exactly,
Well,
and yeah. But I'm enjoying the whole race right now. So this is the yeah, and I'm the moderator here. So I'm on every Wednesday here, and I enjoy every time.
it's
So
great to have you
yeah,
here. Thank you.
thank you. I'm really
And
happy to be part of this,
and I think
and that's
sometimes
all.
mhm, this game metaphor is just everyone has a reason for maybe the sport you're choosing, and the empowerment helps you. We're kind of just
For
creating a
me, it
little
would be a
intro
winter
metaphor
sport.
here. Is it Sala? Welcome. You
Hi.
want to share really quickly just what brought you here and your sport or Olympics?
Yeah, my name is Salah. I'm from Kuwait, and I didn't know this is about sports or something. So yeah, the only sport I do is eating food to strengthen my stomach.
That's enough. this
Yeah.
this session is actually about empowerment. We're just doing a little intro icebreaker where people are saying
Yeah.
hi and what brought them
Empowering
here.
what? You mean
Empowering
leadership
yourself.
skills?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you
Well,
interested in
well, I
that?
read a lot. If
Hmm.
that's a sport, I read a lot of books.
Yeah. Wonderful. So we're having a
Yeah.
workshop coming up about empowerment for yourself and also for others. Um, so that would be that's something to think about too as we talk about this intro. You could be coming to the workshop because you want to empower yourself and just have a better sense of um, stability and also capability in certain areas because we're going to be working on all of these techniques. You could also be someone coming because you're curious about how to better empower a team that you're either leading. Some of us are educators, some of us are leaders in business. So there are many different ways that you can use the techniques from the workshop. Yeah.
That will be
Thank
awesome.
you. Welcome.
I'll
Welcome,
make sure
Sala.
I join. Welcome.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna skip myself because I've already introduced myself, and I am also a hurdler right now, hurdling some challenges in the way, and see if Dana Maria wants to answer before we round out the circle.
Yes, I was thinking about snowboarding, and then off piste through
Off
the
piece.
woods. Yeah, so I love that. I am a snowboarder. I didn't do it for a few years though, but yeah, I like it. It's a roller coaster
Yeah.
and exciting, but also heavy because you have sometimes to walk up the mountain, and it's really, to go through the snow, and because you want to go down again on a beautiful spot where nobody has snowboarded yet. So this is what I love, and this is my life right now. So, so next, beep pop 666. Your turn.
I don't really have an Olympic sport, but I do like to play football with my brother sometimes. And yeah,
Yeah. What brought you to empowered you? Like the word empowered,
um,
what does it mean to you?
I am, I don't really know, to be
Just
honest. For me, I'd say empowered would mean like I'd be like if as soon as I think about empowered, I would think like I'd be able to like do anything that I want as long as I have the right mental state for it.
mm, love it. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. So we have Pyroblaze
Hello.
131. Hi,
Hello.
welcome.
Thank you.
This is very
So
cool.
we're sharing a little bit about not just what brought us here, but maybe if your life felt like a sport right now, what kind of challenge, what kind of challenge sport are you facing that might be Olympic
Wow,
related?
that's a good question. I think everyone's going through something, and
Yeah.
that is a great question. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting by. Thank God. Thank you, Lord.
Hmm.
And yeah, we're surviving. Times of crisis. We're facing a lot of things that we were not facing a year ago, and so yeah, it's right now. It's important to keep things together mentally and help each other out as much as we can. And I think that this VR kind of helps being able to converse and reach out and socially, even though we're supposed to be distancing in real life. I think it's a great device, a great manner, a great way to keep sharing ideas. So this is phenomenal. Thank you, everybody.
Absolutely. Welcome. I love a lot of your words I was resonating with. So thank you for sharing that. And I feel like people are in the right spot. If they're coming to break boundaries, and even right now, if it feels a little intimidating, I had somebody a couple days ago say to me that she talked for the first time in VR in a group, and it was a little bit intimidating. And we're going to work in this workshop on some of the capacity building things that can feel a little bit maybe scary, and then you start to step in and you feel like, oh wow, I actually feel even more capable. And so yeah, a lot of this is barrier breaking in practice inside of VR. I'm hoping I
Awesome.
pronounced it correctly. Fusukoi, welcome. You are rounding out our circle actually as our final person to introduce yourself, so
Well,
welcome.
glad to be here. I just was here last week. They had a nice speaker from Belize over at Dana Maria's event, and then Caitlin. Last time I saw you was in Davos. It's
Oh my gosh.
Gino. So I
Yeah,
just thought I'd come by and say hi too. Support you
it's
as
so
well.
good to see you.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I remember us taking that walk outside too. Oh, lovely. It's so good to see
And
you here.
forgive me. You
Yeah.
asked what I'm an idiot. You asked what sport. So I guess we're wrestling right now. We're all wrestlers. There you go.
Yeah,
And I'd
that
go with
feels
weightlifting.
There you go. We're in the
it's true.
we're mud and mud wrestling. That's it. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, so there can be many sports that we're doing, trying, being. Um, so this is a taster. We're together here, and that's what it's about. And Dana Maria over here in the blue sweatshirt, she and I are going to be leading a 2-day workshop that has to do with mindfulness, empowerment exercises, all kinds of different exercises. So I know, Dana Maria, in the 20 minutes we have left today in the taster, you wanted to do some exercises, I think, and explain a little bit more. And I'd also love to have a closing circle with a mindfulness meditation at the end. So we're gonna carve out some time for that. But I wanted
Yeah,
to see if,
great.
yeah, that would be great if you wanted to talk a little bit more about
Yes,
your
yes. I'm
exercises.
not gonna do a real exercise right now. These exercises we leave to for our workshops, but I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do, sort of. I know we are working with different techniques, coaching techniques, and most of these coaching techniques we are working with are on the subconscious level, on the mind. So you don't. We want to work on the subconscious level on the mind because that works much faster than on the conscious level on the mind. And what does that mean? That means that if you are doing things consciously, that you can do that only 5% of the day, because 95% of the day we do on the automatic pilot. So on the automatic pilot, we do 95% of the day. So if we want to learn something, or if we want to learn new behavior or new techniques that will help you for personal development, then it's best to work on the level of the subconscious level of the mind, because there is the best learning and quickest learning happening. So this is what we're going to teach in the next workshop. We're going to teach you how to use a technique that makes you learn faster so you can learn new behavior in an easier way. And we're also going to teach you how to test your body, because we use not only our mind. I'm a mental coach, but I'm also using my body as a tool to check if what I'm saying, if that's correct, or if that's the truth in what I'm feeling. So you can check with your body, for example, by muscle testing, you can check if what you're saying is the truth for you. And what I mean by that is that, for example, we have a lot of things that we wish for ourselves in our lives. For example, we wish for ourselves that we are healthy and maybe want to make healthy choices. But sometimes things are in a way that makes us not doing the things that we should do for ourselves to choose these healthy behaviors. That means maybe that might mean that there's a blockage, and we can test your own personality or your own body. We can test, and we're going to teach you how to do that next workshop. How to test your belief system if you believe yourself that if you can choose healthy behavior. Because if you don't believe that you are healthy, are choosing healthy behavior, then it's really hard for you to be healthy and choose healthy behavior. So we need to work on that. We do this also with happiness. So the same with happiness. If you want to be happy, you have to have a statement or a belief system that says, I am happy and I choose happy thoughts. Because it all starts in the thinking. The thinking is the start of everything. And we can empower ourselves to be the great beings that we are. We can disempower ourselves and talk negative to ourselves, or let other people talk negative to us. And this is affecting us on a daily basis. And we need to tackle that. If we can tackle that, and it's actually really easy to do, much easier than most people think, then we can be more powerful and make more powerful choices and be more powerful around people and have them also have the same effect. We influence people like that. It's a ripple effect. And this is all about our next workshop. Also the thing, I think, because in this time, people are a lot of stressed also about money situation. So I would like to touch on that. So if you have a belief system that says that you are a good money manager and that you are having how you say it? Money? No, how I say it? That you,
flourishing
yeah,
enough.
that you have money enough to do the things that you like in your life, then
Abundant.
also we work
Maybe
on that. Yeah, abundant, I think. Yeah. So we can choose a lot of money. For example, I'm an excellent money manager and I have a lot of money. You can test this in your body if you believe this. If you don't believe this, or you think it's not true for you, then it's hard for you to have abundance in your life. So these things, we're going to teach you how to test your body as a tool to check your limiting beliefs or the belief system. You don't have to have limiting beliefs, but we're going to check your belief system. And then we're going to teach you how to change this belief system in a more powerful way that will work for you. And so you can be happy, you can be healthy, you can be prosperous and be abundant. So this is what we're going to do in a 4-hour workshop we have. And we're going to divide this in 2 hours a day. So we won't be too long in VR, and also have a lot of energy to work on each other and together. So also we're gonna, like Caitlin was saying, we're gonna go on to the breathing exercise. Breathing is a beautiful method and necessary method to gain health. We're gonna have also Falun Gong exercises. I don't know if anybody is familiar with Falun Gong. This is a very interesting technique used by Zen monks, monks that they are in great health and they are in a great state of mind. You know, they are very powerful people, and we want to. I did not understand that. Doesn't matter. So we're gonna do some exercise from them, and we're gonna also give some health tips. Health tips that really help you to feel empowered and also to keep your health in balance. Because there's a lot of things we can do, just simple tips that is really helping us through these crisis times. We don't have to be living in fear. We can be in control and choose behavior, healthy behavior, happy behavior that will help us to feel strong. And this is helping us to cope in these times of crisis, but also to be more powerful in the things you want to do in your daily life, and to create a life that you wish for yourself, to be this empowered you. So this is what we're going to do. I just wanted to tell you this about this, what we're going to do. And if you have questions, please feel free. If you have some questions about the things I was saying. I don't think you are muted, or no, eh? So you can just ask a question if you would like, or else I give Caitlin the word back to you. Yeah, you can ask a question by raising the hand button, by pushing the raise hand button on your right hand side. Then we can unmute you to ask the question. But if you don't have any question, don't matter. Maybe it's really clear for you. And Caitlin can go on with the exercise to have also exercise here in this group.
Yeah. So this was beautiful. I mean, it is just your words, Dana Maria, the way you describe, because there are many facets and angles, and sometimes I would say you're in VR and there's not enough time. Like, it's a meetup and you just start to talk about these empowering exercises, which really involve our own bodies. If you look down at your hands here, sometimes I think we don't spend long enough arriving and showing up. And part of this workshop, we both made space and said, what do we need to take a group and have both discussions about the topics and then try them out ourselves? And so we have 2 hours one day, and then an overnight, and 2 hours the next day, so that you get to integrate these practices into your life, ask questions, really have a workshop that feels like we get to know each other. And that's why we took time today to go around the circle, because I'd like to know you when you arrive and just say, hi, welcome, thanks for coming back. You have a taster today and you feel like you know some people here, and then you're going to come back and see some of those familiar faces in October and be able to share. So I like to say that up front. And one of your questions might be, well, how do I find out about October? How do I find out when it is? Educators in VR will be advertising it on their channel, so you'll hear about the dates. We're just finalizing the dates right now. You can also go to my website if you like. It's my name, so CaitlinKrause.com. And if you sign up there, I'm sending out little newsletters about events. I have a mailing list where I don't send messages all the time, but when I have highlight events or things happening, I do let the group know. And there's a special sign up there to hear about VR events. So that way you can be added to the list to hear about the things that Dana Maria and I post. So that is another avenue if you would like to keep in touch and learn about it. And yeah, I guess just on the side, a little point of humor.
We
I
have a
always
question,
remember...
Caitlin.
Oh, we do have
Sorry.
a question. Okay,
Yeah, we have
I'll
a
just
question
finish
right
my...
now.
Yeah,
good.
my only thing I was going to add right here is that I always have a glass of water nearby when I'm in VR, and I put a straw in the glass of water so that when I'm in headset, I can drink water. And I know it sounds very simple, but I pay a lot of attention to how my body shows up for the practices. And if you're coming in October, I just encourage you to be good to your body. Like, just decide to, if you want to sit on a meditation cushion, bring that with you. Right now I'm standing on a yoga mat. I have a yoga mat that is the size of my space for VR because I want it to feel good. So this workshop is going to be about how we can empower ourselves and really feel good inside and out. So I would
Great
love
that
to
you're
take
saying that.
questions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I want to add to the water thing, because the water actually, yes, is very important also for the exercise we're doing, you need to drink a lot of water, not in a row. I mean, you need to just have a water bottle and have it drink once in a while, because you need to really be dehydrated. Hydrated. Do I say it? Hydrated.
You need to be hydrated. Yeah.
Yes, not dehydrated.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
to be really hydrated for these exercises. Very important. So, and we have a question. Let me see. Saleh, please
Yes.
feel free to talk. Yes.
I was wondering, there isn't in the Altspace any room for like a book club, and I was planning to do that, like summarize books and take the good information, put them in a paper, and share them with people every week or something like that.
So this
You
is
guys
this
into?
isn't an Altspace staff event. This is a Educators in VR event. So let me answer the question. There are several book clubs already here in Altspace, and you're welcome to start your own. But that's not relevant to this event. Sorry,
Okay.
but we'd love to
Yeah,
have
no
you start
problem.
one. That'd be wonderful. Thanks.
No, I wouldn't start if I knew there is already one, because
There,
I've asked around, nobody told me. Thank you for
oh, there
letting
are.
me know.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
All right. Well, there's also a book event tomorrow. You know, there's all kinds of book things happening here, but yeah, you can find that in the Altspace general directory, not in this specific event. But I think the beautiful part of right now is we have all of us gathered. We have a nice time left that we could do a breathing exercise and a mindfulness meditation. So I wanted to just see if you feel comfortable. I like to focus on the space and just put myself in a place where I feel kind of at home. So we'll stay in our kind of loose circle, but I just want you to feel invited right now to just have a taster of a mini mindfulness exercise at the end of this practice together. I remind myself of the word practice. It means I'm a work in progress, and a lot of the opportunities in the moment right now are not striving for perfection, but just to be with ourselves in this moment, accepting however this moment arrived, inviting us to feel a sense of connection and a sense of
Caitlin,
dignity. Can you hear
do
me?
we have time for one more question, or did you start already? Sorry, there's one more
I think
question.
we'll have time for a question, but I'm gonna actually lead us through this exercise first, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that if people have lingering questions, we can open up at the end of this mindfulness meditation, because I think that would make sure that everybody has a chance to just kind of ground a little bit. So I was inviting people to just have your body in a state of what I call dignity, just feeling like you can take in air in your lungs. You can be sitting or standing. Just pay attention to your shoulders in this moment. And if they feel like they've gotten a little hunched, you just try to gently roll them back. And in the practices I'll be leading, a lot of them have to do with the breath. So the breath is a tool. It's a connecting kind of force where we can mindfully pay attention to how we move with the breath, how the breath moves into us and how we exhale. So I'm going to invite you just to take an easy breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, just let it gently fall out through your mouth. And pay attention to the exhale. It might be longer than the inhale. Let's see if we can inhale to a count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. And then exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then inhale. 2, 3, 4. And pause and turn and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I decided to count with the breathing, and you can keep breathing yourself and keep paying attention to the in and out breath. Sometimes when I count, it becomes what I call an anchor, where if my mind wants to wander or get distracted, I can just pay attention to the actual numbers as a way to keep my mind focused on the actual breathing and the pace of the breathing. And with mindfulness, you can play with different breathing techniques and really just feel the wave of the air filling your lungs, and then the turn and the easy exhale. And one of the fastest ways to regulate yourself and bring yourself back to the present moment is to just focus on the breath. Because sometimes when we are stressed or feeling a little bit nervous, we don't actually take full breaths. We start to kind of breathe shallow breaths, and it doesn't give our system a chance to regulate. So I'll be teaching you several different breathing techniques, and also talk about the pace of the breath, how to visualize different imagery associated with breathing techniques, and that can be really helpful. I do a form of mindfulness meditation that connects with the breath, and I focus on 3-letter A's when I'm practicing mindfulness: awareness, advancement, and authenticity. So just being aware of myself, of my environment, and also of the sensory feelings that are in my body. As Dana Maria said, they might inform me of places where I want to grow past that. And that's the advancing part. Maybe there are no limiting beliefs, but maybe there are. And how can I move past that and really advance toward a more capable presence and way of being? And then the third A is authenticity. And I think we all showed that today in different ways with the way that we chose to show up in the group together. So that's going to be something that will be part of the workshop. And as you are here together, this is part of a mindfulness meditation, just to take a moment quietly and feel safe, and also thank yourself for carving out time in the space together. So I'm going to just leave us to keep breathing and keep being, and at the very close, I wanted to just read a poem for you as part of the mindfulness of today. And this is a special poem at the end of the summer that I think is quite appropriate. It's by Mary Oliver. What is the good life now? Why, look here. Consider the moon's white crescent, rounding slowly over the half moon to still another perfect circle. The shining eye that lightens the hills, that lays down the shadows of the branches of the trees, that summons the flowers to open their sleepy faces and look up into the heavens. I used to hurry everywhere and leaped over the running creeks. There wasn't enough time for all the wonderful things I could think of to do in a single day. Patience comes to the bones before it takes root in the heart as another good idea. I say this as I stand in the woods and I study the patterns of the moon shadows, or stroll down into the waters that now, late summer, have also caught the fever and hardly move from one eternity to another. And as we bring poetry into this moment, I just invite you to explore what happens when you carve out time for stillness and time for a sense of peace, even in midst of what might feel like busyness and mayhem. So part of our workshop will be defending that time and making that time for yourself together. So thank you for coming today. We're going to have a little after session where if you feel like lingering and asking more questions, you can. You can also wander and explore this beautiful environment so that you get a sense of peace here before you exit. So, feel free to come up and ask questions. Again, my name is Caitlin Krause. This is Dana Mariafanica, and we will be running the Empowered You workshop for 2 days in October. And if you're interested, you can go to my website at CaitlinKrause.com and sign up for mailings where you'll get news about the events. Dana Maria also has a website at CaptainVR. Maybe you can repeat the address of it if you would like to. CaptainVR 8 is Dana Maria's Facebook link, so you can
Yes,
find her on
yes,
Facebook.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I just sent the link
Beautiful.
around. You can do that as well, Caitlin.
Yeah. So keep in touch with us and also check out the Educators in VR event postings, and it'll be posted within days, so you're going to see it. And we would love to have everyone there together because it's going to be quite an empowering workshop. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin, as well. Beautiful.
And one last thing, if I may, I've been I want to thank everyone for enjoying this world. I have been asked through messages about world building, and I just wanted to let you know that there is a world tour event that is coming up here in AltSpace that I also lead in just a few hours. It's called World Tours. You can check it out on the events calendar. We will be exploring the worlds by Mark Jeffcock, who has used photogrammetry to recreate some heritage sites, some archaeological heritage sites in England, I believe. And we're going to be talking about photogrammetry, which is amazing. Also, we have Educators in VR has a cyberbullying event coming up at 3 p.m. Pacific, but you can again check the events calendar for your own time zone, where we discuss the empowering yourself and protecting yourself and the tools and issues in and around cyberbullying, intimidation, etc. So it's a form of leadership training in its own with Zen Panda. Also tomorrow, we have an amazing event with our own Caitlin Krause, who is doing her book launch right here in AltspaceVR for an amazing book called Designing Wonder. And it is the Educators in VR very first book launch for Educators in VR. We're very, very excited to be honored with Caitlin Krause discussing her book, and it's going to be amazing. So check that out tomorrow. And ads over. The world is open. You can wander, explore, and please take a moment to talk to Caitlin and Dana before you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank everybody. Thank you for your time, for being here. Yay!
I took some pictures during the event, by the way.
Oh, we need to make a selfie. We need to make a selfie with all the
selfie.
Yeah, come on, people. Yeah, please, all the people we need. Come, please, here. Next to the tree, next to Caitlin and I.
Yeah, we have a little tree gathering.
Very close.
Welcome, Jeff.
Oh, I don't see you. Maybe
okay. All right.
Oh yeah.
Everybody ready?
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, come on, Fred and VR.
Almost ready.
There. Okay, almost ready. All right, beautiful.
Yeah, we need Fred.
We need Fred. Oh, Fred having navigation.
Everybody.
All right.
We need
hearts. Hearts. Yay! All right, beautiful. Let me do one more. Hang on. No, hold on, because Dana Maria always blinks. It's just a process. Always brings it, and Fred keeps jumping around. There, okay, beautiful.
Yeah, there. You can't really contain us.
I know you guys are uncontainable. All right, there you go. Thank you. You can stop grinning.
Thanks, Laurel.
I'll upload this to the Discord.
Took me forever to get dressed for this event. My gosh. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
great.
Thank you, Bogdan, so much. And thanks, Fox, for filming. Really lovely.
Thank you, Fox.
I know I can't talk with you during the event, but sometimes I want to. So